G'day, guys. Welcome back to the Wash Exchange, where real stories equal real results. And today we've got a treat. We've got Conrad Sams, all the way from Nebraska, who started a business called Washwise Academy, which is a coaching and training portal and business for independent car wash operators. But more better than that, Conrad's been in the industry for approximately 18 years. Started out as a 20-year-old and has worked in big chains and whatnot. So, Conrad, welcome to the Wash Exchange.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Blair.
That's cool, mate. And thanks for joining us. Now, a couple of questions. What made you get into the car wash industry?
Kind of just fell in my lap. So I started in the car wash industry when I was 20. My friend kind of recruited me. I was going to college at the time, and he said, come to the car wash. We'll see if we get you a job, get you a part-time job while you're going to college. And I just kind of fell in love with it. It was like love at first sight. So being able to, work with people, work with mechanics, sell, like all those things, I was like, well, you don't really come across too many of those things in our industry or any industry unless you're going to wash a car. So
yeah, gotcha. Well. So it's certainly addictive. A few people we've had on here so far have spent their whole life in the car wash industry, their working life, that is, and sounds like you're on the same path. Now, whereabouts was the first location you worked at, and tell us a little bit about that.
It was in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was at Russell Speeder's Car Wash off 156.
Wow.
So
yep.
It's and so I started off just loading cars, just like anyone else. It's sort of the first position, and then moved into sales. I remember the manager came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to put you on the fast track for sales. It seems like you have the gift of gab." And it's kind of a funny story. You didn't ask me, but I'll tell anyways because it's kind of funny. The very first time we had our pouches, and I grabbed the money and I dropped the money all over the parking lot because I was nervous. It was a surreal experience, to say the least. It was fun.
It would have been. Is that the Russell Speeders originally from Connecticut? I'm sure it is.
It is, yeah.
Mike Schulman. Yep. Okay, good. So you probably saw our Slipstream 60 back then, our Express Wax.
Right. Yes, I sure did. That's why I recognize the name.
There you go. Very good. So you go from Speeders, a full service site, and then where did you go from there?
So I left Russell Speeders and joined a company, what is now named Rocket Car Wash, as the general manager, and ran and operated at one site for a couple of years, and then we always had the vision to grow into much larger company. And now today they're pretty large.
They are large. How many sites do they have now, Conrad?
I believe they're 28.
28. And you were the chief operating officer back then? Is that right?
Yeah.
So what was that like, managing 28 sites and, building from a small number right up in what was a 10-year period?
Yeah, it was fun. It was eventful. You really had to learn all the different sizes of business because you're creating all the different roles as you go. So most things were created from problems, right? Problems of growth and understanding, hey, I need to start a maintenance team. And what does that look like, right? There's definitely a time where my general managers did all the maintenance, and what I learned pretty quickly is that those two different personalities, both are very valuable, but lots of times it's hard to find that same person, the same human. So.
Yep. We'll touch on a little bit of that in a minute when we get to the Washwise Academy and how that looks and, what you teach people. One thing Paul Fazio said a couple of weeks ago was interesting about some of these companies now doing deferred maintenance. Were you a deferred maintenance or a preventative maintenance company?
I think everyone's more like deferred. And so until we learned how important it was, right? I think we all knew it was important, but you didn't really have a system behind it. So it was for sure deferred for a very long time.
Yeah. It's amazing how it always breaks down on game day, a Saturday or a Sunday.
I tell everyone, it's like your car wash will be flawless until Saturday in Nebraska after snow. And it's the best day of the world. And then your train breaks.
Cool. So speaking of Nebraska, I wasn't real good at geography at school, so I don't even know where it is, in the middle there, somewhere up the top, I assume.
Yeah.
So what is the weather like? So obviously you get snow in the winter and it's hot during the summer.
Yeah. Extremely hot, humid during the summertime. Not like Arizona or California hot, right? But just hot. And in the wintertime, it's everyone's waiting for the salt to hit.
Yeah.
So
So for
snow
the
hit salt.
probably for the people here in Australia that may not know, when the snow hits the road in the States, they put salt on the road to make it safer, obviously, and obviously salt can cause corrosion, and obviously it's a big spike, Conrad, in the wash numbers and the memberships. Do you find that they really lift coming into winter and then they drop off out of winter?
Yeah, and I have the advantage of being in the car wash industry before memberships as well, and
Yep,
so pre-memberships in the Midwest, if you had a car wash, you made all your money in the wintertime, and you held your
yep,
breath through the summertime. And in reference to memberships, it's exactly what happens. Is everyone actually sees a spike in the wintertime, and then you kind of gradually go down throughout time. Is
yep.
what
So
you're saying.
obviously the key is to try and keep them in the system, being Captain Obvious, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The key is have a right system put in place to try to hold on to those members, communication methods, whole bunch of different things to help.
sure. Yep. So you've established yourself as a bit of a guru in the car wash industry. You then move into your own business, the Washwise Academy. Tell us about how you got starting that and when and how's that. What does that give me as an independent operator, for example?
Yeah.
What services do you offer?
So I thought all the way back when I was operating car washes, and I thought about how much noise that I heard in the industry. So everyone had a device. Everyone had, if your chemical rep stopped at your car wash, he had a different device, um, and there was a lot of noise.
Yeah,
And,
probably
and
probably don't
also,
listen to the chemical reps too much,
I listen about certain things, right? Everyone has their expertise.
myself
Um,
included. We're all experts.
Everyone's an expert, right?
Yeah,
And you learn a lot, right? You learn a lot through other people all across the country that are doing things differently. And what I wish I had at that very moment was I wish I had someone that's been in my shoes, have done it, and not perfected it, but done it pretty well, right? And has a history of doing it really well. So I could avoid some of the mistakes that I made. And I
sure,
think in business in general, you're always going to make mistakes. In the car wash industry, if you do the wrong mistake, it kind of hurts you for a little bit longer than anticipated. So I started Wash Hours Academy with the idea that car wash owners would have someone to guide them and avoid some of those bumpy roads along the way, and also like have a community of other car wash owners that they could talk to, and bounce ideas off of, and see what's working for them, and so far it's been really successful, and uh, all the owners that have joined so far have been uh, ecstatic to kind of have that sounding board
sure.
as they're trying to implement different things. If they're, changing their membership prices, changing how they introduce memberships. I had a recent customer that took away towel dry, which anyone in the car wash industry knows that
Yep,
that's a really hard one to take away. So, uh, leaning on me during that time, I've done it.
yeah,
I can't say I've done it all, but I've definitely taken away that service, and it can be a lot of fun. Let's just say that.
sure. So the Washwise Academy, you've got a bit of a circle of operators talking a bit here and there.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have this with the Wash Exchange. Actually, we've got Australian and New Zealand operators where we get together and have a bit of a powwow and cross ideas and see what's
Love
working and what's not. So we'd love to have you probably present to one of those meetings one day. But
Yeah. Yeah.
be that as it may, so I've got a car wash. I engage the Washwise Academy. Um, you don't know who I am or what the car wash is. What's the first few things that you look at to get a quick win and a bit of an improvement for that car wash?
Well, the very first thing I ask is what brings you to Wash Rose Academy, and lots of things that I try to pinpoint three things, and most of the time it's I want to grow my memberships. I want to influence my managers better so they can make better decisions. I want to give them the tools that they need to be successful. Um, I there's a lot of different things. So I try to find their pain points and
Yep.
then kind of dive into those pain points and understand their goals and make sure to be realistic with those goals. Most everyone's answer is, "Hey, I want to grow this business to, new heights and I want to have 100 locations." Well, that's everyone's goal, right? And so let's put together systems to make sure you're successful.
Yep. It's funny because when I come across a new site operator, they've just built their site, they're proud as punch. It's all looking good. The next thing comes out of their mouth is, "I'll own 5 of these in a year's time." I'm like, just get this one right first.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I've learned is that a lot of people are kind of stuck at that 1 to 2,
Yep.
um, and they're trying to prove it out, right? Because they need the confidence to go to site number 2, 3, 4, 5. Like any smart business owner would do. They want to make sure that it's profitable and that it's something that they actually enjoy doing. Um, and I can, I think any of us could relate to that, right? You want to prove it out, make sure you don't want to go multiplying your mistakes.
Yep. Do you find a lot of that's to do with the owner sort of having the control factor, not wanting to break away, and they're working in the business, not on the business?
A lot of that is, it could also be the opposite problem where they're never there. Right. And so both playing devil's advocate, it could go both ways. But lots of times it's someone that cares a lot. They love the car wash, but they don't want to let go.
Sure.
And that's hard. It's super hard for anyone.
Yep.
I also had those same learning moments during times of growth where I really enjoyed certain parts of the operations that I had to kind of pass off. And it worries you a little bit because you work really hard on doing those things, and just
Yeah.
give to someone else is scary. So I can understand where they're coming from.
It is definitely giving the keys to the city and have your fingers and toes crossed. It's a bit of big capital investment these days too.
Yeah, yeah. These car wash owners are spending, $5 to $8 million or whatever it is, right? It's a big investment and it's a scary investment but it doesn't have to be. It could be a lot of fun. And so that's what I'm
Sure.
trying to invigorate in these car wash owners is that it's a lot of fun.
So when you go out and you hear the 3 things that they concerned about or want you to look at to improve, what sort of KPIs or where do you think most sites lack as an overall arching problem that you can see just for the viewers out there that
I think that most people are gonna answer that question with the answer of sales. And
yep,
I think that that's a pretty natural response. Um, my opinion is that yes, that is a big pain point. But more importantly, is foundations. Like, w- what does your structure look like? Right? Who are you allowing to sell? Do you have a sales problem or do you have a people problem? Like, do you have a visibility problem on the numbers? All those things is the very first thing that we try to identify is, are you having this problem because lack of structure? Um, and that's where the pain point is for a lot of car wash owners to begin with is they just don't have the right system of structure put in place first.
sure, yep. Well, they say a good system will beat 10 bad men.
Oh
So
yeah,
so with the Washwise Academy, you focus on sales,
yeah, we do.
memberships,
Yeah, yeah, we
sales
focus
and
on sales.
memberships. What are the
Yep,
other pillars
sales.
that you,
What's that? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
what are the other pillars that you focus on?
So the first pillar is the structure, and then the second pillar is like try to get your salespeople motivated to sell. Make sure that they have the right tools in their tool chest to be successful.
Sure.
And then third pillar is like how do you retain those people, like you just mentioned.
Yep.
How do you could teach someone how to sell, but how do you keep them on your membership platform? And that's a
Yeah.
little bit trickier of a question. I think a lot of people are trying to address right now is churn, and how do you identify that? How do you fix it? And then the not last stage, but another pillar that we kind of attack is what you once you start creating revenue in your business is you look at expenses and see how you could drive those down and be more efficient with your dollars. to create more profit for your business.
Yeah, is it true that you tell everyone that when they look at expenses, look at chemicals last?
I, I, I think that the obvious answer to that is people look at labor, right? They look at labor and they look at, hey, how do I cut that? Well, it's not as simple as give people less hours, right? Um, and to be efficient with your people and give them, give them the schedules that they need, but also needs to the business. So, uh, I wish it was as simple as this. Hey, look at chemicals last.
Yeah, bit of self interest in that for me on that
Yeah,
comment.
just a little bit. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So, Conrad, you've been in the industry close on 20 years. What's been the biggest development you've seen in that 20 years? Is it the wash membership?
Percent. Yeah, it's 100% the memberships, and I have, like I said, I was lucky enough to be around pre-memberships where everyone was focused on APCs, average per car, and that's what the focus right was for a very long time, and cars per man hour and all those things, and we all still focus on a lot of those things, and I don't think anyone's lost focus on that, but memberships is really has really been the biggest turn point for car washing in general of
Sure.
having predictable revenue.
Yeah. And where do you think, the crystal ball, call you Nostradamus here, where do you think the industry is going to be in sort of 5 and 10 years' time? You think the PE trade is going to keep moving forward? And
I don't think so. I think that the really really strong operators are going to be the ones that kind of hold the trophy at the end, if you will.
yep,
I think the people that know car washing and live, eat, and breathe it, and kind of catch that car wash bug, are going to be the ones that are really wildly successful, and the ones that implement the right systems to be successful are going to be the ones that are going to have the most locations that are.
sure. Gotcha. I'll probably agree with that. And where do people get hold of you? What's your website, your contact details? What's the best way to get hold of you?
I try to make it as simple as possible. Washwiseacademy.com. This is my is my website, and then my email address is SAMS at washwiseacademy.com.
Perfect. That's easy. So, and obviously you can do this remotely for anywhere, I guess, around the world. Like you don't. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. So behind me, it kind of turned off, but I have a big giant screen that it really kind of enhances the experience as opposed to just a Teams phone call, where it's just, us talking like we are now. But we take notes, we take structured notes during those phone calls. And we really kind of dive into it because over the years of in operations, you'll have a meeting, you'll take notes, and then you kind of forget about it. And so it kind of it creates an accountability piece where we both have access to that, and it's a lot more interactive with that small investment that I have behind me.
Sure. Gotcha. And I see also you got a picture of a self-serve bay there in the background.
Yep.
Um, the word around town is there's a bit of resurgence with the self-serves. What's your thoughts on that?
Meaning you think that there's going to be more of them? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? I think so. I think the consumer is gonna look at that as a way of just kind of do it yourself.
Yep.
Have I think that car washing when I was younger was that way, meaning like I'm
Was.
not that old, right? But
Nah.
who doesn't like washing their car in their driveway? Who doesn't like going to the self serve and scrubbing it and having a good time there? Um, Not that I encourage it, but I would say that I think a good self serve in a tunnel heavy market might do really well.
Yeah, we've seen that in California. Where we've got a chain of self-serves there, only self-serves purely, and the bays are always full. And I guess what that shows you is there's a market for everyone.
Different customer, different way of looking at the way you take care of your vehicle.
Yep.
I definitely think there's a market for everyone, and I actually got that picture and I kind of carried it around everywhere with me. We acquired a Bosch, and that was the first picture that I saw, and I was like, I'm keeping that picture. So
That's
it's been
that's
with me ever since.
there you go. That's very good. And have you got car washes now, Conrad?
I don't own any independently right now. No.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
Not yet.
So we always finish the wash exchange. Just if you want to say anything, feel free. Anything you want to plug or whatever. We've probably given the Washwise Academy a good run here anyway. Is there
Yeah.
anything you want to finish off with, Conrad?
No, man. I appreciate your time. Thanks so much
Yeah,
for the time today. And I think that I've been watching a lot of the Wash Exchange recently. You probably get notifications about me logging in and looking on YouTube. I also have a YouTube channel as well for Washwise Academy that I post a lot of short videos on there as well. And I think that
is that cool? Washwise Academy.
yeah, that's what my YouTube handle is. And so I appreciate your time, and I obviously have always been a fan of your product as well. So
Thank you, Conrad. Yeah, appreciate your time too. Just one last thing. I noticed you are a full car wash geek. You're also on the Heartland car wash board.
yeah, yep,
So
I am.
we will just put the listeners through a bit more pain. What Heartland car wash board? What area does that cover?
That's all the Midwest, and we're expanding pretty rapidly actually. And the Heartland Car Wash Association is growing. It's really awesome to be a part of their board and be able to help them grow as well. And my goal there is to bring as much express exterior car wash customers to there to the events and really kind of change things up for everyone. So
Sure, and we'll put a little link to the Heartland on the Wash Association on the comments here. So if anyone's in that Midwest area, they can either contact Conrad or the association to be part of it. As you know, I'm part of the Australian Car Wash Association. I think the associations are very, very important, and they're really only important when you need them.
yeah,
But the social aspect's good as well. But yeah, so thank you, Conrad, for your time today. I really appreciate it. And I don't know what time it is there, but it's 7:30 in the morning here, so I've got to go and start my day at work.
I was
And
wondering how beautiful it was behind you.
yeah, it's nice. Nice morning here today. So we'll catch up soon, and perhaps we can get you in our Wash Exchange meeting in the next one, which is in September.
I'd love to be a part of that. I appreciate that.
All right, terrific. Thank you, Conrad. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.